Hello everyone, this is Illuminating Dots. This is a summary of CBSE Class 10 Maths Chapter 3 Exercise 3.5. This exercise is about solving the linear equations using the cross multiplication method. Now, before starting, if you find this content useful and enjoy learning maths using my skills and logic interesting, then please consider subscribing my channel and do leave a like. Let's begin. Okay, so it's time for today's fun facts. So, octopus has three hearts, elephants cannot jump, and bats are the only mammals that can actually fly. So, these were today's fun facts. Now, let us move to the cross multiplication method now. So what is cross multiplication method? The definition for this is a little bit complicated. So I will just tell you how we will do it. So for cross multiplication method, you have to use a formula. So the formula is this part here. Now, how do we remember this thing? You can remember this by the figure given here. So the figure states B1, B2, C1, C2, A1, A2 and B1, B2. You cross multiply this, so you get B1, C2 and B2, C1, which is the first part, B1, C2 minus B2, C1, and the numerator is X, this is the denominator part. You do the same ahead also and you get the parts ahead here also. Now, okay, so the second most important thing, a1 b1 and a2 b2, these are the coefficients of x and y respectively of first and second equations, and c1 and c2 are the constants of first and second equation respectively. These are something you have done in the second exercise also, so we know that much. Also, the most common mistakes people make is whenever the equations are given, make sure to write everything, the variables, the coefficients and the constants on a single side, either LHS or RHS. Think about it. Don't keep anything like the coefficients, the like the variables x and y on the LHS and the constant on the RHS. By doing this, you will make your sum a little harder and your answer will be wrong. Like what I have found out till now is the answers are mostly incorrect if you leave anything on the RHS and others at the LHS or vice versa. So do not do that mistake. Keep everything on the LHS or RHS. Do not leave anything in the middle somewhere. Also, this is just the formula, so I will just solve you an example so you will better be clear with this part. So we'll solve an example so you will be more clearer now. So the question is 2x plus y is equals to 5 and 3x plus 2y is equals to 8. So the first part what we do is we take everything on the LHS. Since only the constants are in the RHS, so we will take them also in the LHS. So we get 2x plus y minus 5 is equals to 0 and 3x plus 2y minus 8 is equals to 0. So these are our first equation and second equation here. Now what we do, we solve them using the formula given. So the formula, I'll write the formula once again here. So the formula is x upon b1 c2 minus b2 c1 is equals to y upon c1 a2 minus c2 a1, and the last one is equals to 1 upon a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So we have this here. Now we just substitute the value here. So x upon b1 c2. So here b1 is 1 and c2 is minus 8. So 1 into minus 8 minus b2 is 2 and c1 is minus 5 is equals to y upon, okay, so now y c1 a2, so c1 is minus 5 and a2 is 3 minus c2 a1, c2 is minus 8 and a1 is 2. Now the third part, 1 upon a1 b2, a1 b2 is 2 into 2 minus a2b1, which is 3 into 1. So we have this here, we simplify it further, so it will become, x upon minus 8 minus 5 into 2 minus 10 minus minus plus, so plus 10 is equals to y upon minus 15 plus 16 is equals to 1 upon 4 minus 3. So now what we do, we solve it further now. So it means x upon 2 is equals to y upon 1 is equals to 1 upon 1. We have this here. Now since all these three are equal here, what we do is we keep everything. So what we do is x upon 2 is equals to 1 upon 1 and y upon 1 is equals to 1 upon 1. Why we did this, sorry, 1 upon 1 here. So why we did this is because this has no variable present with it, so it will be very simple if we just equate this with the variable part, so we will get our answer very quickly. Now this means x is equals to 2, we cross multiplied, and y is equals to 1. This was simple. We got the values of x and y also, and this was not too much lengthy part also. So okay, so this was the question here. We solved the example. Now what we do? We do the exercise, correct. Now the first part, this is which one of the following pairs of linear equation has unique solution, no solution, or infinitely many solutions? In each case there is, in case there is a unique solution, find it by using cross multiplication method. So what we have here is we have to find if and whether the equations given here have unique solution, no solution, or infinitely many solution. So in the second exercise we had the same kind of questions, and what we had to do was we had to find the ratios of it. So I had explained it to you in that video also, which ratio, when, in which case which ratio meant what. So if you haven't seen that video, see that video. I will be giving the link in the description also. See to that video also. Now we all know that for unique solution, so before starting the first exercise I will just summarize it. So solutions, the ratio of the coefficients should be a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, then it will have a unique solution. Now the second is, if they are a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2 is equals to c1 upon c2, then they will have a coincident solution. So they will have infinitely many solutions. Now the third part is a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2 is not equal to c1 upon c2. This will have no solutions here. Now, so this is it. Now why do we do this? So since this has a unique solution, it will form a it will form an intersecting line on the graph. It will, since this has infinitely many solutions, it will form a coincident line, and this will form a parallel line. This will form parallel lines. So keep that in mind. Now we know this part here. So what we do is we start with the first question. So first part, it says x minus 3y minus 3 is equals to 0 and 3x minus 9y minus 2 is equals to 0. So we find the ratios. So the ratios will be a1 upon a2, which is 1 upon 3. Now b1 upon b2, which is minus 3 upon minus 9, which is also 1 upon 3, and c1 upon c2 is equals to minus 3 upon minus 2, which is 3 upon 2 here. So we have a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2, but is not equal to c1 upon c2, and hence it will have no solution, and that is why we will not be solving it further ahead, because the question stated that in case there is a unique solution, then find it by using the cross multiplication method. So since it does not have, we will just leave it alone. Uh, we the coming next questions. The second one I had solved for the example part. Now that had a unique solution. Third and fourth you can do it yourself. So let's begin with the second question now. So the first part, it says, for which of the following values of a and b does the following pair of equations have infinite number of solutions? So we will do this by the method of comparing the ratios. So the equations are 2x plus 3y is equals to 7, and a minus bx plus a plus by is equals to 3a plus b minus 2. How do we do this? Since this has infinitely many solutions, the ratios a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2 is equals to c1 upon c2. They all are equal. So we write a1 upon a1 is 2, and b2 is a2 is a minus b, b1 b2, so that is 3 upon a plus b, and c1 c2, that is 7 upon 3a plus b minus 2. Now what we do is we just cross multiply each of them. So first of all we cross multiply this or equate this, so we get 2 upon a minus b is equals to 3 upon a plus b, which is 2a plus 2b is equals to 3a minus 3b. I skipped a step, you do not have to. Now this equals to minus a plus 5b is equals to 0. I skipped another step. You do not have to skip any of the steps. So now this we equate this and this. So we have 3 upon a plus b is equals to 7 upon 3a plus b minus 2. So we have 9a plus 3b minus 6 is equals to 7a plus 7b. So therefore we have 2a minus 4b is equals to 6. Therefore a minus 2b is equals to 6. Now what we do, we have this equation and we have this equation. What we do with them is we solve them. You can solve it by elimination method, you can solve it by substitution. Two equations here. Now we equate them, we solve them. We can solve it by substitution method, elimination method, or cross multiplication method, whichever method you want. I will be solving it by elimination method. So we have minus a plus 5b is equals to 0, and a minus 2b is equals to 3. So we are left with 3b is equals to 3, therefore b is equals to 3, and a minus 2b is equals to 3, therefore a minus 2 into 1 is equals to 3, therefore a minus 2 is equals to 3, therefore a is equals to 5. So we got the value of b, we got the value of a. So we are done here. This was the first part. question says, for which value of k will the following pair of linear equations will have no solution? Okay, so the equations are 3x plus y is equals to 1 and 2k and 2k minus 1 the whole x plus k minus 1 the whole bracket y is equals to 2k plus 1. Okay, so we know that for the linear equations to have no solution, they should form parallel lines geometrically. Sorry. So we all know that for the linear equations to have no solution, they will form parallel lines graphically. And so how will they form parallel lines? They will have the ratios as a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2 is not equal to c1 upon c2. So we know this much here. Now what we do is we just write the numbers. So they are 3 upon 2k minus 1 is equals to 1 upon k minus 1 is not equal to 1 upon 2k plus 1. Okay, so we have been asked what value of k. So what we will do is we will compare these two parts here. We get 3 upon 2k minus 1 is equals to 1 upon k minus 1. Therefore 3k minus 3 is equals to 2k minus 1. I skipped a step. Therefore k is equals to 2. We got the value of k. This sum is over here. I skipped two steps. You do not have to skip any. So this was the second question here. The third one, you can solve this by yourself. I do not have to explain this to you. Now this is done. So I'll be making two parts of this exercise because this is getting a little lengthy. So okay, so the explanation and the first and second question of the exercise are in the first part, and in the second part I will be solving the statement questions. So that will be a lot easier because it will be a short video then, because this has already exceeded 10 minutes limit. So just that's for it today. Now if you have any doubt, you can comment below. Also you can ask me in my mail. I have given my mail in the description. Go check it out. And yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching.